asked me to do this, like, why am I even doing this? I mean, really, like, why am I here? I'm not done with my lessons. I'm still teaching at the high school. I'm really not done. I'm still learning. And so I'm really honored to be here with you today. So I go back, when Gary asked me to do this, so I go back through the last lecture. I go online, and I look at that, and it probably terrified me even more. And so really what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've learned over the years, sort of take you through some things that have happened to me, and hopefully you can make some sort of sense of them. I do know, however, the real reason why I am here. The real reason is because Rob Leiter needed someone to sort of set things up for him to sort of be his back. And so hopefully I can set the stage doing that. A couple of years ago over Rosh Hashanah, I was up in Gaylord, you know, just a random day in the fall, and I walk into McDonald's, and I start looking around, and if you've ever been to a McDonald's, like not on a weekend, not on a holiday, but if you ever walk around there, it is filled with old people. And so I'm looking around and I'm seeing all these old people. I'm thinking, what is going on? Did I miss, was there like a convention or something? This McDonald's is full of old people. Then I go to the restroom and I look in the mirror and I go, oh my God, that's exactly what those same people are saying when they look at me. I'm starting my 29th year of teaching. My 23rd in West Bloomfield. And I started coaching back when I was in college in 1978. And it really, truly feels like I just started my career. It's just hard to believe that I've been around this long in the community. It used to be that I would go into a meeting, and I got a couple of colleagues here, Mike Abel and Mary Ann Fortunate, and we'd go into this meeting. I'm like one of the youngest people there. Now I walk into a meeting, or I go into a room, and it's like I'm the oldest person in the room. Thank God Rob is here tonight. This is really sad through all of this. Jeff Stewart at one point referred to me as a vintage teacher at a board meeting, and I loved that. I just thought that was just kind of a wonderful way to express that. I've come a long ways just as a person, as a professional, from the time when I first arrived in West Bloomfield, when Gary Faber got phone calls from parents saying that they did not want their kid in my class because they did not think a football coach should be teaching mathematics at West Bloomfield High School. And so really things have kind of come a long way since then. I've had many titles in my career. Mr. Brandell, I was an assistant principal Brandell, Dr. Brandell, but my favorite title was coach. That's something that really hit me hard. I'm asked often if I missed coaching, and the answer is yes, I miss most of it. I miss the interaction with the kids and the engagement at that level. I miss the colleagues, you know, the esprit de corps, the working together, the planning, the organizing, the chess match during the game with the other coaches. I don't miss the double sessions and practices in August. I don't miss really the exorbitant amount of time that I would spend in the off season. Really don't miss the dads that would come up to me on Saturday and Sunday and Monday and say, Coach, can we talk about the game just a little bit? I don't miss that even at all. This past summer, I was asked to return to Shreveport, Louisiana, a place where I taught and coached years ago. I started my career in 1980 as a teacher in Ionia, and then went through Texas and Louisiana. And I was honored at the class of 1989 in Shreveport, Louisiana, and working with them. And it's great to see alums, and I see so many people that I have taught over the years here, and it really is important to me. It's really nice that you could come out with this. I got an email most recently from a colleague, Tim Holfreder. And he sent me an email, and with it was attached a story. And so as I was planning tonight, and I just want to talk about time and longevity, I'm going to read you this story that he sent. And I think it's really appropriate as it sort of fits me tonight. It's a story of a German Shepherd, a panther, and a squirrel. One day, an old German Shepherd starts chasing rabbits, and before long, he discovers that he's lost. Wandering about, he notices a panther heading rapidly in his direction with the intention of having lunch. The old German Shepherd thinks, oh no, I'm in trouble Noticing some bones on the ground, he immediately settles down to chew on some of the bones with his back toward the approaching cat. Just as the panther's about to leap, the old German Shepherd exclaimed loudly, "Boy, that was one delicious panther. I wonder if there's any more around here." Well, hearing that, the young panther just freezes dead in his tracks, turns around, has this look of terror, and just splits and just runs away. Gets away and says, "Man, that was close. That old German Shepherd nearly had me." Well, meanwhile, there's this squirrel that was watching this whole thing. And the squirrel figures that he can take this knowledge and put it to good use and get some protection from the panther. So he goes off, he catches up with the panther, and spills the beans and explains the situation, and then offers the deal. Well, now the panther's mad. And the young panther's furious and says, "He's made a fool out of me. Squirrel, here, hop on my back and see what's going to happen to that conniving dog." Now the old German Shepherd sees the panther coming with the squirrel on his back and thinks, "Now what am I going to do?" But instead of running, the dog sits with his back to the attackers, pretending really that they haven't seen them. And just when they get close enough to hear, the German Shepherd says, "Where's that squirrel? I sent him off an hour ago to get another panther." And so, really the moral of this story is that you don't really mess with old dogs. Age and skill will always overcome youth and treachery. And really the ability to spin and brilliance can really only come with age and experience. And really, a lot of that, it's kind of almost how I feel, because I know I've played the role of a panther in my life. I know that I just wanted to race in and jump in and do this, and I know I've played this. And I really hope I haven't played the role of the squirrel. Maybe I have in some situations, but I really don't want to believe that I have. But a lot of times now, I think, especially with kind of where I am in my career, that role of the old German Shepherd is kind of how I fit. What I've learned is that really time doesn't wait for anyone. And you really got to take advantage of it when it's most meaningful. Within the last 6 weeks, I lost my mother. And now both my mother and father are gone. And you really look at time differently when things like this happen. And so to really take advantage of time, to treasure it, to not wish it away. I can't wait for Friday, or I can't wait till next month. To really wish away time isn't good, except for maybe the 20 minutes or so that you wish it were from right now, so I would be finished with everything that I'm going to say. But once time passes, it's really not a place to live. Time in the past is no place to spend. I'm really blessed with a lot of things that I've had. And if I could pick any age that I would want to be, it's the age that I am right now. With the age of my children, with where I am in my marriage, and with where I am in my career. This is the age that I really would like to be if I could pick any age. 27. I'm asked a lot about kids and about teaching generations. And I look around, and in a lot of ways, I see kids today as innocent as you when you were here. Maybe a little bit more innocent than some of you as I look around a little bit. Some of the common questions I get is, what is it like teaching today? Are they really all that different? Because we want to believe that things were better back in the day. We want to believe that we were smarter, that we were better athletes, that we were better prepared. Former football players will say, did you see the team play? We were better, weren't we? Be honest, we were better, weren't we? Or I'll have calc students every single year. We're better than the class right now, aren't they? We did better, right? We did better on the AP exam. We're better than that other group. And you hear this, I have colleagues that want to talk about, kids aren't as good now. They were better way back in the day. And kind of going on that. Even some of my friends from the 70s, whom you will never meet, if there's anything that I can do with that. And they'll want to say, kids today, they're not as good. They're not any of that. When pressed, if someone says, Joe, tell me about the kids. Are kids better today than they were before? I can sum it up in 3 letters. IDK. Now, for those of you that don't know, IDK, that is text language for I don't know. And it kind of sums up a lot with what happens with our kids today. our kids today are probably more informed than